Hi, Tony here for Lightwave Digital, and in this tutorial we're going to be looking at Octane in Lightwave, and I'm going to show you how you can animate the depth of field. So basically what I've got is I've got this basic scene with 3 repeated objects, different colours, and on the timeline I've just got a 1-second animation where if I drag it to frame 15 the depth of field animates to the second object, and then if I drag it to frame 30 it animates to the actual last object. So what I'll do with this is excuse me, I'll show you how to set up a node in the camera fin lens in Octane, so you can actually use the node as a focal point, and wherever you move it, that's the focus. So you don't have to use it for just animation. You can use it if you've got lots of stuff in your scene and you want to move it around to focus on certain stuff and add a depth of field to it and stuff. So I'll show you how to do that, and hopefully it'll be helpful. So I've got my scene here without the animated depth of field on, and what we're going to do is we'll go over to render target for Octane and open the editor. Here we go, and then what we need to do is do a few things. We need to, let's start by changing the aperture to let's say 3. If nothing happens, sometimes you need to reload or you can reset it to get the depth of field to start appearing. You also, why I'm in here, let's just move this out of the way a minute. What I need to do is let's add a null to the actual scene. So go to item, null, we'll just call it a DOF for depth of field, like so. And then what we're going to do is use this. I've just got it on my last frame actually. Let's just put it back to the beginning here, and I'm going to use this null as the point of focus for my scene. So basically what I want to do is wherever I put this null, when I set it up, this is going to be the focus area and everything else is going to have the depth of field. Now in working currently I've just got the automatic one on. So what we're going to need to do now is go back into the actual render targets and open the editor here. And what we need to do is go onto the camera fin lens. This is the part what we're going to start plugging stuff into. So next what we need to do is we need to add a couple of nodes. So we need to find the item node. So if we go into the search, just put item, and what we're looking for is the item info. Let's zoom in a bit if I can. And we need 2 of these, so let's just copy and paste. And then we need a distance. So we need a distant node. So if we go down, it's under mask vector distance. So what we're doing is we're plugging the world position from and world position to, and then the actual world position is the camera, and then 2 is the actual null. And then what we're going to plug this in, and then we plug that into the focal depth here, like so. We've also, remember, on the actual camera lens we've put a 3% on there anyway. So we've got the camera and the null set up to the distance of the focal length. So basically that means we've got the camera is going to, and the depth of field is going to focus on wherever this is. So like I said, I've got 0 to 30 in my frames. If I just go to frame 15 and let's move my depth of field null over here like so. So we'll have to move it to make it to like refresh. So look, on 0 it's focusing on the first one. On 15 it's then switching the focus to the second one, and then by the time it gets to 30, let's move this one across as well, like so. And then let's just see again. So and then by the time it gets to 30 it's focused here. So what we've got then is you've got your animated focus jumping from each object like so, and then you can go back into the actual camera lens and decide on if you want it more blurred as such or less, and you can either play around with all these settings to see if you can actually improve the actual depth of field if you want. Also, I mean, you could just move it, depends where you want this. I mean, if you want it to the front of the actual object, I find if you move your actual playhead, it refreshes Octane to give you the view. So because if you actually go on 15 and you add and it don't work, you just move the playhead and it kind of refreshes the IPR window. But yeah, this was just a quick one to show you how I would set this up, but you don't have to use it to animate your camera depth of field. You can just use it if you wanted, if you've got a product with some different stuff in the scene and you wanted to move it around, so you know it's going to always focus on the null, so you've got like a point of origin for your depth of field all the time. But I just wanted to show you how to do this, and also how you can do a basic animation if you want of the focus switching between the three objects. Hopefully this has been useful to you. Look out for my next tutorial.